Greetings class, my name is Tom Mbeke Kenny, and this is my presentation on peer pressure and how it seeps into the mind. So, this is my first question. What is peer pressure and how does it influence an individual's behavior? I think we all have a pretty good idea of what peer pressure is. You know, it's that feeling of wanting to conform. It's that feeling of being the odd person out. The feeling that you're not matching up to your peers or those around you. When someone says peer pressure, I don't know about you, but I think of the cliche, don't do drugs. But I think it's a lot deeper than that. It's embedded in our psychology. Every day, we either succumb or fight the power that is peer pressure. And I'm going to get into that in further slides. Thank you. Peer pressure is the influence that people in a group can have on an individual, encouraging them to behave, think, or act in certain ways. I really love how this image kind of depicts what it is because it really is like the herd.
It's screen recording right now.
I'm not sure what
Does it affect this video?
this is, but they're all kind of
No, it's screen recording this.
headed the same way. Same thing with the second
So,
image with the blue people all being around. You know, a little bit more abstract, but peer pressure is essentially when the external factors or environment is pulling you against who you are naturally. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy or feeling like you don't measure up or feeling singled out. And really what it is, it's a projection of the external environment on you. For example, using the second image, the blue people, in this sense, are projecting their blueness onto the red individual, making them feel like they should be blue as well. And maybe it's not intentional, but it is something that is present. Who does it affect? Short answer, all of us. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily your peers, you know, it could be family. It may even be people younger than you. But peer pressure is a force that affects people of all ages. It can cause you to question who you are and the values that you hold true, the things that you're interested in. It can make you feel different about yourself. It can make you feel less than. But moreover, it's especially prevalent in psychology. You know, looking at things in a developmental standpoint. It's so influential during adolescence and puberty because that is that stage where you're still figuring out who you are. It's that critical point of identity formation where you are so sensitive to feedback from others. And it makes you almost seek out approval from these external groups. It's the point where people are the most malleable. And you know, you're in that in-between stage of who you are and who you were and still figuring it out. Like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be peers. It could be friends, family, even people you've never met online. Ultimately, it boils down to social influence, which essentially is the force that makes you feel that other people might know better for you than yourself. This might cause you to give into things that you might not normally do, or it can cause you to do things in order to be well received or accepted by that group. This leads me to my next point, being the conformity mechanism. Just like the herd of animals that we saw in the beginning, us humans, we naturally want to follow the natural order of things and follow the group. We want to fit in, we want to be accepted. Because when you are accepted, you have allies. Unfortunately, this can also come with us having to sacrifice our personal beliefs, preferences, and the things that we hold true. So my next question is, how does peer pressure contribute to stress, anxiety, or lowered self-esteem? I chose to highlight the negatives and positives of peer pressure to give a full scope of how it really impacts us. Negative peer pressure can lead individuals to make poor or risky decisions that they wouldn't normally choose. It can encourage bullying or mistreating others just to fit in. It can cause fear of rejection or social judgment, which could result in anxiety and feeling alienated among your peers. A lot of people feel pressure by unrealistic expectations and feel like they're being pulled away from the things that they actually value. Ultimately, negative peer pressure can lead to long-term emotional, social, and even physical damage. On the flip side, there are some positives that come with peer pressure. When you are in a group with people who actually care about you and want to promote growth into your life. Some of these positives include motivation to do things that you actually love, motivation to create good and new habits like exercising, eating well, or studying. If you've ever heard of the term friendly competition, I think that's a form of positive peer pressure because it puts you in a group of like-minded individuals who are going after the same goal, and it kind of forces you to grow. It forces you and influences you in that capacity to be a better version of yourself. Finally, it helps your social skills and helps you communicate and work with others. Just to hammer in my thesis, I provided some examples on negative and positive peer pressure. For negative peer pressure, I have to stress that it's not necessarily peer pressure if they're doing a negative thing on your own free will. It's only negative peer pressure if you're being influenced to do something that you don't align with or don't want to do. For example, if you're very keen on school and you love school and you want to do well, negative peer pressure would be giving in to a friend that is encouraging you to do the opposite, which is skipping class. Or in the extreme, let's say you're against drugs, but people around you are compelling you to try drugs, that would be an example of possibly negative peer pressure. My definition of positive peer pressure is people encouraging you to do something that you're passionate about or something that you already align yourself with. So in this case, friends encouraging someone to study for exams or join a sports team or write that book that you've been wanting to do or buy those clothes that fit your new aesthetic that you're looking at getting into. Those are examples of positive peer pressure because these are things that you have interest in and these are things that are a part of you, but you are allowing their influence to propel you to reach that thing. So what mental strategies or coping skills can someone stand firm against negative peer pressure? Step number one is identification. You have to ask yourself, how are you being influenced and what are you being influenced to do? Are these coming from a positive place? Do these individuals have my best interest at heart? Do these actions align with my values and the things that I hold true? And finally, will I regret conforming? Once you identify these factors, you're able to discern whether the pressure that you are feeling is positive or negative. By determining this, you can now further inquire, okay, maybe I do have to let go of these people, or you know what, these people are very good for me. I'm going to keep them around. Step two is assert, take a firm stance, and distance yourself from those that need to. This is my favorite step because it's the part that incorporates self-actualization. You must clarify your own path. You must make your own values clear to yourself. And you have to understand that you are in control. This is also the step where you really want to question who you are. What are the values that I hold true? What are the influences that I need in my life? And what influences have been dragging me down? What influences are steering me astray? I love the imagery on this slide as well because you can see the person pushing back on the hand. Like, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm holding my own head up high, and I'm taking the power back. Finally, step three is rebuild. I don't think it's enough to just take your own stance for yourself, but I think true change happens when you're able to implement that in the ecosystem around you. It's so important to have a supportive, strong group of like-minded individuals that have that positive goal in mind that you're trying to achieve. these groups of people can influence you. They can teach you, but thrive off of each other's passion, off of each other's energy to move forward. Most importantly, you have to be the human that you want to be the change that you want to see. You are in control.
Mom, can you end the
To
slideshow
summarize,
after
peer
this?
pressure is the
What the?
individual
Right after this, I'm not in the slideshow. End the. Not yet, not yet, not yet.
or values.
Just press stop.
These can be things that
When?
you don't even necessarily agree
After
with
this
each
slide,
other,
it's gonna be a
just to
works
figure
cited
out
slide, and once
something
I'm done
to feel
talking,
accepted in one way or
it'll
another.
end like so.
While it can
So
be
works cited in it.
It's the slide right after this. I'm
And
gonna.
then
Yeah,
it can
I'm
be a
done
little
talking.
quietness
Yeah, yeah.
and to show the works cited.
Yeah. But I talk over it, so just finish it when I'm done talking. I wanna go pick up my
Identifying what pressure you feel is negative or positive is so important in moving forward and building the environment that you want around yourself. If you want to resist negative peer pressure, you do have to assert. You have to be self-aware. You have to think critically about what is it that you want to align yourself with. To build a positive group and to build positive peer pressure around you, you have to foster healthy habits. You have to build those supportive groups. And again, remember, you hold the power. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. This is my Works Cited page of my 4 scholarly resources that help me build this. I think the most helpful one for me was the psychological bulletin one regarding peer influence. It was a longitudinal study on adolescents and how peer pressure really does affect the minds of the younger ones. So thank you so much again for listening. Take care.